Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend casual conversations with, insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets. I feel like the AI world is just buzzing right now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Seems like Google and OpenAI are constantly, going back and forth for AI dominance.
It really is. It's like watching a high-stakes tennis match where each player is just returning volleys of increasingly powerful AI models.
Okay, so let's unpack this whole thing. And I think a good place to start would be with some OpenAI drama.
Ooh, juicy.
Remember that lawsuit between Elon Musk and OpenAI?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's unearthed some pretty interesting emails from the early days.
Yeah.
Back when it was still a scrappy startup.
Yeah, those emails really do offer a fascinating glimpse into the internal dynamics at OpenAI.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially the power struggles and doubts that surrounded Sam Altman's leadership.
Yeah.
For instance, in one email, Musk expresses concerns about Altman's ambition and, the potential risks associated with his vision.
It's like a behind-the-scenes look at a Silicon Valley thriller or something.
Right.
But while OpenAI grapples with its past, Google is busy dropping bombshells in the present.
Always.
They've just unveiled Gemini XP 11.14.
Yep.
And it's apparently leaving GPT-4 in the dust in areas like math, coding, and even creative writing.
Yeah, what's really interesting here is the speed at which this whole AI arms race is unfolding,
It's crazy how fast it is, yeah.
Each advancement from one company seems to fuel an even greater push from the other.
Yeah.
In fact, OpenAI is already testing GPT-4o.
Oh, wow.
Which might just catapult them back into the lead.
It's mind-boggling how fast this technology is evolving.
It really is.
And speaking of Gemini, I've actually had a chance to play around with it myself a little bit.
Oh, cool.
And it's undeniably smart.
Yeah.
But I've noticed it has this strange habit of, almost gaslighting you at times.
You're right that gaslighting tendency is a curious phenomenon. Essentially, these large language models, in their quest to deliver comprehensive answers, can end up contradicting themselves or even denying previously stated facts.
Oh, wow.
Imagine having a conversation with someone who insists they never said something that you both know they did.
Yeah.
It's a bit unnerving.
It's like it's trying to rewrite the reality of the conversation.
Exactly.
But quirks aside, Gemini's potential is undeniable.
Oh, for sure.
Especially considering its potential integration with Google's existing ecosystem.
Huge.
Imagine Gemini woven into Workspace, Search, Chrome.
It's a pretty powerful proposition.
It really is.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's clear that this integration potential is a major driver of the competition between these tech giants.
Right.
Whoever successfully embeds their AI into our everyday tools will have a significant edge in shaping the future of how we interact with technology.
Yeah, it's a bit of a winner-takes-all scenario.
For sure.
But while Google and OpenAI dukes it out, another player, Anthropic, is quietly making moves in the ethical AI space.
Interesting.
They've just hired their first AI welfare researcher.
Wow.
Which seems to signal a shift in priorities.
Yeah, this hiring decision really does underscore the growing importance of addressing these ethical concerns surrounding AI.
Yeah.
As these systems become increasingly complex.
For sure.
Think about the potential impact of AI consciousness and moral rights.
Yeah.
These are issues that demand careful consideration and proactive research.
Absolutely. And speaking of AI's impact, there's a study that's got everyone talking.
Oh, really?
Apparently, ChatGPT outperformed doctors in diagnosing medical cases.
Interesting.
Which is both impressive and a little unsettling, right?
Yeah, that study definitely raised eyebrows.
It did.
But it's crucial to note that doctors' accuracy improves significantly when they use ChatGPT as a tool.
Okay.
This suggests that AI, at least for now, is most effective when it augments human expertise rather than attempting to replace it entirely.
So it's more about collaboration than competition.
At least in the healthcare field.
At least in the healthcare field. Yeah. It makes you wonder, how else will AI redefine the roles we play in various industries?
That's the million-dollar question.
It is.
But before we delve deeper into AI's potential impact,
Okay.
let's shift gears and explore some other intriguing tech developments.
Sounds good. Let's see what else has grabbed our attention this week.
This whole conversation about AI's role in healthcare got me thinking,
Oh, yeah.
It reminds me of what's happening over in the social media landscape.
Like with platforms like Bluesky taking off, I heard they had something like over 1 million users sign up in just 24 hours.
That's right. Yeah, it seems like people are hungry for alternatives these days,
Yeah.
especially with all the shakeups happening on platforms like X, formerly Twitter.
Right. It's hard to keep up with all the name changes.
I know, right?
It really makes you wonder, like, what it takes to create a successful social media platform these days.
Yeah.
Is it all about the features, the community,
Hmm.
or something else entirely?
It's a complex equation for sure.
You know-
There's no guaranteed formula for success in the social media world.
Right.
But one thing Bluesky seems to be doing well is tapping into that desire for a more decentralized and user-controlled experience.
Yeah, I can see that.
People are increasingly wary of those centralized platforms and the control they exert over data and content.
It's like they're saying, hey, users, you have the power.
Exactly.
But speaking of power, have you seen what Apple's been up to lately?
What's that?
It seems like they're making a big pushback into creative applications,
Interesting.
maybe sensing an opportunity with Adobe's recent struggles.
It's certainly an interesting dynamic.
It is.
You know, Apple has always had a strong presence in the creative space,
They have.
especially on the hardware side.
Right.
But their software offerings have been more inconsistent over the years.
Yeah, for sure.
This renewed focus on creative applications could be a strategic move to capture a larger market share,
That makes sense.
especially as Adobe faces growing competition and criticism.
And let's be honest, Apple is known for its sleek design and user-friendly interfaces.
Oh, absolutely.
I think they could really shake things up in the creative software world if they play their cards, right?
Yeah, they could.
But while we're talking about shaking things up,
Yeah.
we can't forget about the world of cybersecurity.
You're right.
That recent report about the Chinese cyber-espionage operation targeting telecom companies was pretty unsettling.
Oh, you're referring to the T-Mobile breach.
Yeah, that's the one. It's a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities we face in an increasingly interconnected world.
Definitely. And what's particularly concerning about this case is that the hackers reportedly gained access to information from systems specifically designed to comply with U.S. surveillance requests.
Wow.
It raises some serious questions about data security and privacy on a national level.
Yeah, it's definitely food for thought. Our personal information is out there,
It is.
and sometimes it feels like it's constantly under threat.
Yeah.
But on a lighter note, have you heard about this new surgery that can permanently change your eye color?
I have, though. I must admit I'm a bit skeptical.
Yeah, it sounds like something straight out of science fiction.
It does.
And a lot of doctors are urging caution, citing potential risks and long-term complications.
Gratefully so.
Yeah, messing with your eyes seems pretty risky.
Oh.
But hey, if someone really wants purple eyes, who are we to judge right?
I guess not.
Speaking of pushing boundaries, there's been some fascinating news in robotics.
Oh, tell me about it.
Agility Robotics just showed off their Digit humanoid robot at the Web Summit.
Cool.
And guess what?
What?
It can sort laundry.
It's remarkable how far robotics has come in such a short time.
It really is.
The ability of these machines to perform increasingly complex tasks is both impressive and thought-provoking.
It really is.
It really makes you wonder about the future of work, the rise of automation,
Yeah.
and the role AI will play in our daily lives.
It's like we're living in a sci-fi movie, but it's actually happening right now.
It really is.
But while robots are mastering chores like folding clothes, what about programming itself? I've been hearing a lot of buzz about this new language called Mirror.
Ah, yes, Mirror.
Have you heard of that?
I have. Mirror is based on a pretty intriguing concept.
Yeah.
It uses a technique called programming by example,
Okay.
where users essentially show the system examples of the desired outcome,
Uh-huh.
and it generates the code to achieve it.
Oh.
It's an attempt to make programming more accessible and intuitive,
Yeah.
even for people without a traditional coding background.
So instead of writing lines of code, you're basically teaching the computer by showing it what you want.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. You know, all this talk about AI, robotics, and cutting-edge tech really makes me wonder,
What's that?
what's next? What breakthroughs are just around the corner?
That's the question everyone's asking.
It is.
The pace of innovation is only accelerating,
Yeah.
and it's hard to predict exactly what the future holds.
Yeah.
But one thing's for sure, the tech landscape is going to keep evolving in exciting and transformative ways.
Huh.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll even have those purple-eyed robots doing our laundry.
That's a future I can get behind. But before we get too carried away with our robot fantasies,
Yeah.
let's bring this conversation back down to earth. So for our listeners out there, what tech trends have really caught your eye lately?
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today,
We have.
from AI advancements to cybersecurity concerns and even robot laundry folders.
It's a lot to process, I know.
It is.
But that's the beauty of the tech world, right?
Exactly.
It's always changing, always evolving.
And that constant evolution brings us to a pretty important question. With AI becoming increasingly powerful and integrated into our lives, what are the potential downsides that we need to be aware of?
That's a good question.
Like, think about it. If AI can already diagnose some illnesses better than human doctors,
Right.
what happens when it surpasses us in other fields?
Yeah.
What are the ethical and societal implications of that kind of future?
It's a bit mind-blowing, isn't it? The
Yeah.
possibilities are really exciting. They are. But the potential challenges are definitely something we need to consider carefully.
Absolutely. It's crucial to have these conversations now as AI continues to advance.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this bite-sized tech feast.
Agreed. It's been a pleasure exploring these topics with you.
Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.